What's up, everybody? Thanks for rolling through. Thanks to Gcon for the raid. A couple days ago, people gave me this idea. I wanted to throw a tournament, but it didn't happen, obviously. But people gave me an idea to do a recap of 2021. Right, another year in the filler arc of Marvel. Mike Low. All right, turn it up. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. How's that sound? Thanks to all the sound engineers in the chat. Perfect. All right, we good. So I put together this PowerPoint, right? To I know it seems like a kind of long year, and it seems like 2020 extended, but a lot of stuff happened this year, believe it or not. And it was a good year for Marvel in some ways, in other ways not so much, but mostly good. So here we go. Let's just jump right into it. January, long time ago now, almost a year ago, Bill threw a tournament on Null DC, which at the time was kind of I mean, Null was a 2020 thing, but there had not been really many events on Null, right? Bill threw this awesome tournament that brought a lot of people back out, including Genghis, Combo Fiend, Clock. Krizzle won that tournament. It was on Team 3 Arcade stream. This is a flyer for it. Pretty sick ass flyer. February. What happened in February? We got the Heartbreak Tournament. So I know like most of us were there, but I know a lot of people started playing the game, or people just don't fucking remember what happened, you know, because it's a long year, like I said. Heartbreak Tournament. This started the whole single elimination thing, as I recall. It was meant to, hearts were meant to be broken, and what better way to break hearts than if you lose once, you're done. So Ironic actually won that tournament. Shout out to him for winning that tournament. Andy Doom. It's a theme we'll be seeing throughout this presentation. Freaking Ironic and Andy Doom, when I looked over the placements, Ironic and Andy Doom were placing really high in every tournament, which you will see. Pasadena getting third. Very, very rare for Pasadena to not win a PSN tournament. Roundhouse got fourth. And a four-way tie for fifth with myself, Charlie Goblin, Mad Boo, and Thrillah. No, Thrillah, that was another tournament. All right, moving on. That's a flyer for that one. Pretty sick flyer. Bandwidth Beatdowns, February. They had a tournament, a low-tier tournament. This is when people were complaining, as usual, about top tiers being way too overdone. People go, oh, you know, we should throw a low-tier tournament. So Bandwidth Beatdowns answered the call with a low-tier tournament, which all the top tiers were banned. So it was a good showcase. I actually watched it. At the time I watched it. Roundhouse still won that one somehow with, I forgot what his team was, like Juggernaut and something else, playing in only way that Roundhouse could play. So Roundhouse won that one. Moving on to March. There was a PSN tourney that kicked off in March. Bill once again stepping up to run this tournament. Pasadena won that one, followed by Thrillah and Bill in second and third place. What was cool about these tournaments is that they went back to the old school format of paying to enter a tournament. You know, back in the day, you had to pay to enter the tournament, and that money went towards a pot, which is exactly what this one did. So there was that. Pasadena started his very dominant run of PSN tournaments around this time in March. March 16th, Justin posts a tier list of his ratio system. Now, this changed the game, and now I might say this for some other stream, because the ratio system, at the same time, it gives like lesser played characters shine, right? Which is good. You want to see players that are characters that you don't usually see. But it definitely brought a new kind of mindset and a new player base to this game. He uploaded this tier list. Here's a tier list right here. So basically, for those of you who don't know, you have 7 points. So you can pick the top tiers if you want, but if you do pick a top tier, like Sentinel, you get stuck with 2 more points, which means your other 2 will have to be like some sorry ass characters like Servbot and Dan, which sucks, right? So if I were to pick Strider, I couldn't pick Doom because that's 8 points right there. So I'd have to pick like Strider, and then Wolverine, and Captain America or some shit. So that was this. So I'll cover this later, but this got a bunch of new players into the game because from a top tier player perspective, I can still pick my shit, but the rest of my team in a team-based game, the rest of your team is crippled, right? So this is kind of a big deal. Moving on, there's a Bandwidth Beatdowns tournament in March. So a lot of stuff happened in March. Chaos won with Joey Ball and Hypnotic Mind taking second and third. This is another great NYC Furby tournament. Another tournament in March, the Lucky Dude tournament. This one was packed. This shit was 34 entrants. And what was unique about this tournament is that there was a random seed drawing, right? So if you missed it, Roundhouse picked the names from a hat to see who would play who. Roundhouse picked Chaos. I clipped it on this channel. Roundhouse picked Chaos, and he sealed his fate right there. It was 1st to 2. The weird part about this tournament, I'm glad this didn't catch on, but Roundhouse was insistent on a full screen start at the opener, which was really hard to enforce, and it wasted a lot of time because people aren't really used to the full screen start, right? And people were all making like suggestions that, MSP is gonna not do so well, etc. But Chaos actually won that tournament with Bill, and again Andy Doom placing. So there's that. Let me fix my mic real fast. Yeah, that was I'm glad that didn't catch on any more than it had to. Moving on. That's the flyer for that. Yeah, I was on the mic on that yelling full screen. It's not that great of an idea, but it was, at the very least it was so we could see what would happen, you know what I mean? Like, we saw that it didn't work firsthand. That's a flyer for that one. April. Anachronist Curse got COVID in April, so Roundhouse and I threw a tournament to raise funds for him. Single elimination, which was something that carried over from February, right? We just kept doing it. Andy Doom won that tournament with Roundhouse and Ironic in second and third. So Andy Doom, for those of you who forgot or weren't there at the time, Andy Doom did win and place at a bunch of tournaments. All right. Another thing that happened in 2021 that was huge was unfortunately the owners of Moss Systems passed away in an accident. So the community answered by organizing a 24-hour stream for them to raise funds for the family because they still had kids who were now without parents. So we did a 24-hour stream that included me, Big Weed, Lazy Reaper, Gopher Broke, Thrillah, Matrix, Ruin, Turtle Power, and Josh 360. So I organized this, and it was a lot of work, and I'm very grateful to all the streamers who stepped up, especially during the weird ass time, like the 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Slots to stream. And it's a shame that it's not uploaded on YouTube. I think the whole thing should be uploaded onto YouTube in one big thing. But some highlights from that. Matrix actually got Yipes out to play on his stream for that one. That was sick. And Turtle Power threw in like grudge matches from Texas. And Josh 360 tried to show us how to skip the Iron Man Infinite and actually didn't really teach us anything. But shout outs to Josh. We came to the conclusion that there was no way out. So there's that. Gopher Broke I think he was one of the first ones to sample the replay function on Null, which was a huge thing that we got this year too. Yeah, rest in peace to them. But Scanline City, if you don't know, Scanline City is taking over the Moss Systems brand and will release new Moss sticks in early in 2022. So Moss will live on. That was a flyer for that one. Next. My memory's a little hazy around here. There's a Cinco de Mayo tournament in May on it's for Wednesday night fights. I do not remember who won. I remember I lost to Asmod in Pasadena, so I got salty and stopped watching that tournament. So I don't actually remember who won, but yeah, that was a Null DC Bear tourney. June, July. My mind is just blank for this. I think this is when like it was summer and Marvel kind of died down a little bit. So I got nothing for June and July. So if you guys remember something that happened in these 2 months, because I got nothing again, hit me up. And we'll add it to the slide. All right, so this is where it gets interesting, guys. August. So on August 2nd, Maximilian Dude starts the free MvC2 hashtag. To sum it up to people who don't know, he's basically saying that MvC2 had to be stuck in digital jail for over 10 years, which is true. I mean, we have it on PS3, you had to jailbreak it, or it was online on Null or Fightcade. So the movement begins in early August, right? And then coming straight off of that, G-Con throws his first Null DC tournament, 16 players, and Tree Fitty won that tournament. Tree Fitty, not known for Thrax or winning, and somehow pulls it off. King Tree Fitty won that tournament, earning the king to the King Tree Fitty name. He beat Dave. Toincos got third. Toincos, we still don't know who he is, but it's all good. That's a different topic. But yeah, nice tournament. Shout out to Tree for winning that one. And then right off of that, we had a free MvC2 PSN tournament. This one was packed, man. This is 32-man bracket. Completely booked tournament. Pasadena won with Ironic in second and Crizzle in third. Crizzle not even really playing on PS3, somehow shows up and gets third. So good stuff to Crizzle right there. All right. September. Now, we all know what happened in September. This is a big month. The match of the millennium. The Super Bowl of Marvel happened in September. Early September. I think it was like the 6th or something like that. This match had been in the making for a while. Roundhouse had been saying on the stream he wasn't scared of Justin. That he was, I don't remember exactly what he said. But for a while, he'd been saying, like, Justin was the least scary, and that he didn't think Justin was the GOAT and all that stuff. And then so Justin came into this chat and challenged him to this match. Yeah, it was huge. I don't remember the exact viewership because I was on the mic at the time, but I think it was like I think it was like 1,000. I want to say 1,000 live viewers live, and then it got locked behind a paywall afterwards, and then the YouTube upload got like 40,000 views. But yeah, this is huge exposure for Marvel, right? We had people who didn't even play Marvel watching this match, coming out of the woodwork. We had old players coming out to talk shit. We had all the goons who are in the stream all the time tuning in. It was it was over 2K. Okay, yeah, it was over 2K. There we go. People saying 3 to 4K. See, I had no idea how many viewers there were. Yeah, it was crazy. It was a Super Bowl. So many eyes on that match, and it was, like I said, huge exposure for the game. And it actually led to Roundhouse becoming Twitch partner off of that. Not because of it directly, I don't think, but I think because of like the viewership he got from that, and the hype that Roundhouse had coming off of that, he became the Twitch partner. All right. That was a flyer for that one. Looks like a UFC flyer. Roundhouse giving away his full name in the flyer. Good stuff, Roundhouse. Moving on. We're almost at the end. PSN Monthly, September 26th. Bill actually won that tournament, ending Pasadena. This one was big because Pasadena had been streaking. I don't remember how many tournaments he won, but I remember Pasadena was winning pretty much every PSN tournament around this time. Bill clutches it out this one. I think the grand final set was like 1st to 4, and it was like 4-3 or something like that. Ironic and Andy Doom once again placing very well. So if you learn anything about Ironic and Andy Doom, know that they place consistently through every tournament this year online, right? Sometime in September, I don't know this date, but ratio mode goes live within Null DC Bear. And basically it was a special mode within the game that would enable you to play other people in that mode, right? So that was a new thing. 20 something years later, we got a new mode within the online game. It just brings more people out because, you know, like people play low tier, and some people play top tier, and there's mixed tier, there's ratio. So, you know, however you want to play the game, you find other people easily who want to play the game the same way that you do. Hence why I have top tiers only in my name on Null, because that's how I personally enjoy playing the game. October. G-Con stuff throws another banger. Second Null DC tournament for G-Con. 12 players. Extra chunky. Wins that tournament. Gopher broke with this surprising showing in this tournament. I remember Gopher broke really surprised me by getting second in this tournament. Dave again placing high with a third place. Shout out to Dave. Yeah, Gopher broke was on like his in good form for this tournament. All right, this is a big one because, you know, we just talked about like grudge match, like Marvel is based on is a big part of Marvel's grudge matches, right? And this one was special because these were two new school players who were facing off, and both these dudes started playing like last year, right? And for them to step up and face each other in this grudge match in October was kind of a big deal. And if you missed it, they had to record like clips of them talking shit to each other before the match, and Big Weed was talking a lot of trash. I know it wasn't like him talking trash for the sake of talking trash. It was like for the culture, you know, for the hype. So with that said, Big Weed showed up. I think Manny won like 15-1 or something like that. I don't even remember the score, but yeah, that's all you need to know. Manny won that one convincingly. Very, very convincingly. We might see the sequel to that in 2022. Who knows? Big Weed will have to hit the lab big time for that one. That was a flyer for that. All right. October 27th. Can't believe this is even a slide, but here we are. October 27th, Pokimane, of all people, joins the free MvC2 movement. Crazy, right? She hits us with this tweet, #free MvC2. And as you can see, this is a big deal. And I know she ended up owning some part of EVO or something. But yeah, shout outs to her. I mean, anyone with who has her reach and influence tweeting that, it can only help us, right? All right, October sometime we got rollback on Fightcade, right? So this is a huge deal. This was cool because we got rollback on PC, and Null was not rollback until like around the same time. But the Fightcade rollback is pretty smooth. Yeah, it drops inputs and stuff like that. But for me, I've been playing that on there a lot, and it's a really great way to play online. It's easy to use. You download 2 things, and you know there's an influx of new players. So if you guys haven't tried out Fightcade, definitely try it out. You might not like it. I got used to it. I didn't like it at first. But yeah, this started a whole thing with Tylock and them, which we will not talk about right now. That's a long conversation. Sometime in October this happened. A lot of new players came onto Fightcade. So if you log into Fightcade at any time, it reminds me of the early days of PS3. When PS3 first came out and you could log on and find competition pretty much anytime. It was just a matter of whether or not that competition was actually good. So there's that. Sometime in October. I don't know the exact time. All right, November. Sumighty returns to Marvel. Now, Sumighty had a long absence from the game, over 10 years. And in his absence, there spawned a wave of like tribute / knockoff names. Ku Mighty, Wu Mighty, Sue Whitey, Sean Mighty, Sue Maddie, Drew Mighty. You think I'm trolling, but I'm really not. These are all actual. This shows the freaking influence of Sue, right? There were a lot of them. That's not even like a real complete list, right? There are other mighties that I don't know about. Who knows? And Sue definitely didn't know about them because I was on Thrillah's stream when Sue showed up to play, and I was like, "How do you feel about all these people ripping off your name?" And Sue was just like, "What people?" And then I opened up the chat at Thrillah's house. I was like, "Look at all the people in the chat." And then I showed him all the mighties, and he was tripped out. Like, whoa, I had no idea I had that kind of influence, but he did. So Sue Mighty came back. He was at, he was playing for the weekend that CYF was here. If you missed the stream, here's a still from that stream of Sue talking about the old days with Duck, who is listening intently to Sue. That's me doing the Doom Infinite in that cut. All right. So also in November, I don't know the exact date, Airbrush King launches free MvC2.com. So this website it took a really long time to build. I don't know the exact, but it was a long time in the making. So he launches this website, which basically is meant to be a hub for this hashtag. And Roundhouse is listed as an influencer in there. So if you learn anything from that, it just goes to show you that you can be a Marvel player and be listed as an influencer on a website. Cool stuff. Nice looking website. You do have to like sign up to use it, but that's just like SRK or whatever else. All right, which brings us to December, which is where we are now. CYF throws this really great event. So Filipino Marvel has been known for playing on low damage, right? So we've kind of always, and I talked about this when I was on the mic with them, I was like, we've kind of always like not really paid attention to them because the matches are really long and boring and etc. But they actually have been playing on standard damage for a few years now. And so they ran this first to 50 North versus South. There's a great showcase of all the talent over there. The score was 50 to 30 Team North. That match is on YouTube if you want to check it out. I commentated it along with Pro Mill Kid James. But yeah, it was cool to see them playing on standard damage. Nick, it's true. I try to watch some old school matches from there, and it's a completely different game because Strider just doesn't die when you touch him. He keeps trapping you forever. Chip damage still chips the same. Like, yeah, it's just weird, man. And the cool part for me was seeing how like they couldn't break their habits from the old damage system. Like MSP players in particular would call Psylocke when she has no life left. I mean, people will always do that. But they like emphatically called Psylocke because she wouldn't die. Yeah, Chip does the same damage. So Strider Doom is actually very, very good because Strider won't die if you touch him. And he'll just keep trapping you. This was the flyer for that. Really nice flyer. It was at Gamepad Lounge. It was an in-person event. We didn't have very many in-person events this year. We had like some SoCal and New York had some like sessions, but there weren't not really any like tournaments or whatever. So again, 2021, more or less an extension of 2020. And so now at the end of 2021, they appointed a new GM for EVO. So we had left EVO for dead pretty much in the wake of what had happened. But they actually appointed Rick, who is the event director for Combo Breaker. I actually have never been a Combo Breaker, but everyone who has been has just raved about it, how awesome it is. So that indicates really good things for Marvel, in my opinion, because if the guy who did Combo Breaker, who was like, had become like in the years up to the pandemic, I remember Combo Breaker had been like, remember in 2019, I think it was, there was a big showing from Marvel Combo Breaker, and there was like word on the street about Combo Breaker being the next spot to go to for MvC2, right? And I remember a bunch of West Coast people went out, like Andy Doom went out there, World Matchu went out there, you know? So Combo Breaker, 24-hour venue, all those good things, right? So it just leaves us on a question mark. Will Evo, okay, will Marvel return to Evo? Of course it will. Not of course it will, but it's likely that it will. And how will Marvel return to Evo? And that was the news that was as it was announced on Twitter. So stay tuned for the 4th annual NickGuy Awards. Date to be determined. This is Nick's 4th time doing this. I talked to Nick about doing it on the stream, but he's just going to give awards for certain achievements in the community over the last year. So stay tuned for that. Nick, I'm still waiting for you to finish your your stuff. All right, and that's all I had, dude. That's the presentation. That's it. That's what happened this year. The 4th annual awards, G-Con. He's done this 4 times. I actually lost track of the first 2 times. The first time I knew he had an award show was last year when he posted on Facebook. He usually does on Facebook, but I asked him if he wants to do it on here this year, and he said cool. So that leaves so the rest of this is open forum for you guys. What were your favorite moments of 2021? What were your least favorite moments of 2021? What questions you have about the game in 2021? I want to try something. I want to try making this like a radio show, and you can call in to my Discord if you so choose. Let me see if I'm smart enough to make this work. If you have anything to add, now is your time. Andy Doom, I tried to get Andy Doom to call in, but he didn't want to. I didn't cover all the Andy versus Roundhouse stuff because I felt like it was, you know, we all were there. Okay, next weekend the NickGuy Wars will be next weekend. Was there a Mexico versus USA tournament? Why is my Discord showing up? So yeah, it's exciting to see where this game will go in 2022 because I agree with what G-Kun said earlier in his stream. After the Roundhouse Justin match, we had a grip of momentum, right? There's a lot of eyes on this game, and I feel like in the last few months it kind of died down slightly. So Neo versus Roundhouse. All right, Nick, if you want to hop on, feel free to hop on. The tow truck? What tow truck? Oh, XP Largo. Sorry to hear you got COVID, man. Hope you're doing okay now. That Omicron is no joke, guys. Even if you're vaccinated, boosted, that shit breaks your super armor, dude. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Jump Roundhouse plus Psylocke. 36 hours? Damn. So that reminds me. Does anyone know what happened in in June and July? Does anyone know? Because I asked G-Con, I asked a few other people. I was like, yo, what happened in June and July? Nothing. Nobody got anything. It was a blur. That's why I thought it was important to recap. So you know what? 5 or 10 years from now, we can look back and be like, this is what happened that year. Wasn't there a tournament where Mexico could enter? Yeah, I forgot which one it was, bad boy. I forgot which one it was. I remember Roundhouse had finally caved and been like, yeah, they can enter. And then everyone who played against them, the connection was just not very good. And then so we stopped it after that one Yeah, Telly, I covered Ironic. Where is it? Ironic won, I think, the Heartbreak Tournament. So Crizzle won the null one. Ironic won the Heartbreak Tournament. What else happened? I know I missed a bunch of stuff. Vidness. Oh God, when was that? See, this is why we need PowerPoints, man. Everything just blurs. Everything just blurs together. No one knows what happened or when it happened. I had to look. Okay, to recap this, I had to like search my memory and challenge. Vidness. I honestly think that was 2020, dude. I think that was 2020. I think that was 2020. That wasn't 2021. There was a tournament in July, was there? I remember I was like not participating in stuff because I was like the pandemic. I thought it was over, like on its way out, and the weather was really nice, and I didn't really do much MvC2 wise. So I was gone for that time for June and July, and I know Thrillah was gone in September for his birthday month, so we filled in the gaps there. Romnito did run a tournament in New York. Marvel CEO, from what I could find on Twitter, there was none. Thrillah versus East Coast was last year. That was, I'm not gonna count that for 2021. Oh, thanks, Caught a Fade. I actually didn't do this myself. I had help from a professional PowerPoint person. NickGuy called out Romnito. See, Nick. So here's the thing with Nick. I feel like Nick is in the streams a lot, so Nick knows what happens when no one else is really around. So Nick would be able to fill in the gaps that everybody has. What else happened this year? Yeah, all in all, it was a pretty good year, guys. We should be proud of all the online tournaments. I'll go through them once again for those if you're coming to the stream late or whatever, and you weren't paying attention this year. Crizzle won the first one. So let's go over everyone who won a tournament this year, right? Crizzle is a champion. Ironic's a champion. What else? Pasadena won a bunch of stuff. Chaos won a tournament. Chaos. Okay, I'm on the Chaos one. Andy Doom won a tournament. Who else we got? Tree Fitty is a tournament winner this year. Believe it or not, I said those words out loud. Tree is a champion in 2021. It seems like I'm clowning on Tree. It's just because Tree is a really good friend of mine. He okay. I gotta pin, like, I have to emphasize this. Tree won this tournament using Santhrax. Not known for his Santhrax, he went into GCon's tournament with like the lamest game plan. Like, he knew how, like, he was playing to win. You know, when you watch Tree play MSP, like he'll almost win and then go for Reese or something and he'll get dropped and then he'll lose. But his game plan for this tournament was great and he won. So shout outs to Tree. Tree 50 Kung Fu Joe, was it last year? I don't even remember. See, this is why we need these. Yeah, so the most improved 2020 player makes a statement in 2021. What else we got? Pasadena winning again. The biggest thing, in my opinion, is a Roundhouse versus Jaywong match. That was a huge thing that happened this year, guys. The biggest thing that happened. I don't think we'll see a match like that for another another few years. The CYF World Tour. Oh, so CYF came back to the USA and he was traveling all over, playing on everybody's streams. Like it was almost like he was teleporting. He was in New York, and then he was in California. He was in Vegas. Shout out to one of the coolest dudes ever, man. What else we got? Oh, we got something 2022. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What What do you guys want to see next year? I know on GCon stream you're all talking about it already, but for posterity, let's talk about what kind of stuff we want to see next year. Because this year was a good year, but we could, step it up a little bit more. Andy versus Neo. Is Texas Showdown a thing again? I was supposed to go, or not supposed to go. I wanted to go in 2020. 2022, let's get Andy Doom versus more randoms on fight cards. I used to host Andy Doom versus the World nights. Those were entertaining. I had exclusive rights to stream Andy's matches for a bit. And Andy would be spotting people like 6 games in a first to 7 or something crazy like that. Those shit was wild. And the cool part was I was like, Andy would kind of appraise a player. Like he would watch them play, right? Andy would appraise a player watching them play, and he would spot them games based on how he felt he could do, right? So I remember he was watching Turtle Power play, and then he would only spot Turtle Power 5 games in a first to 7, not 6. So Andy has a very complex appraisal process for spotted games. Andy Doom, I've been trying to get Andy on the mic for a while, but it hasn't happened. What else happened? I think he played Joey Bao low tier too, and he won that one. So Andy showed us his low tier show. Hey, Video, what's up, man? Video, do you have anything to add about 2021? How much has Andy Doom made from Roundhouse? I don't know, man. That's a question. But don't, if you we will never know. You know why? Because if you go into Roundhouse stream and ask Roundhouse, he's just gonna be like, "Come on, G." Like, quit asking dumb questions. You know who we need? We need frickin' who's that guy? Who's the stats guy? We need PR Eddie, dude. We need PR Eddie to do a forensic accounting on every single stream. He needs to do forensic accounting for us. All right, first caller. We got NickGuy calling in. God, I'm rusted using Discord. Oh, wow, this is
Can you hear me?
Nick, I can hear you.
Hey.
Stream, can you hear
what's up,
NickGuy?
man?
Let me turn you up. You seem kind of low.
I'm low. I got your stream muted. I'm just peeping the chat.
All
Yo,
right.
before we start talking Marvel, I know you're also a fellow comic book fan. Do you watch Cartoonist Kayfabe on YouTube?
I do not watch that.
Oh, they're really good. They have some episodes they just put up where they were talking with David Cho, and he was telling them how he went to Los Angeles Comic Con and ended up on a panel with Frank Miller. It's totally a great listen.
That's cool. I'll have to check that out. Thrillah always with the race card. No Way Home talk is fair game now. I agree it's fair game. I think everyone's seen it at this point. Except for Bad Boy.
Neo really wants to talk about No Way Home.
No Way Home. I'll add that to the slides, guys. Best Marvel movie of the year. No spoilers.
Yeah, I haven't
What is
seen
my
it yet,
favorite
so.
event this year besides Roundhouse J-Wong? It
Damn.
has to be the tournament where Roundhouse picked Chaos out of all players from. That was the funniest shit to me.
Damn. No, I think it's the one where he was at the same tournament. No, it wasn't. Whatever tournament where he was playing World Match 2 and they got disconnected. And so he was gonna take the win because he was still in the room.
Oh yeah, I don't know what tournament that was. Man, I remember that tournament.
I don't know what tournament that was either, but that was funny as fuck.
Yeah, that was hilarious. We had a lot of great moments, and the cool thing is that most of them are clipped on Twitch. So if you really want to go revisit the highlights, they're clipped somewhere on someone's Twitch.
Yeah. Oh, and 3-hit combo.
The 3-hit. I clipped that one. That was me.
Yeah, I have that clip bookmarked. I'm gonna put it in the chat. That 3-hit combo is my favorite. The fact that that's not a soundbite yet on his channel.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a matter of time, though, Nick. Only a matter of time.
I think one of the most underappreciated sets of the year. I don't know if I didn't watch your stream from the beginning, but when G-Con went to Vegas and he played Lazy Reader.
Oh yeah.
And both of those sets, when he used MSS and when he used MSP, were so good.
Those were good sets. I watched those live. They're on YouTube, dude. Shout out to Ruin. Yeah. Ruin uploaded those sets.
Oh yeah, Telly just when Justin and G-Con got drunk and we're talking shit about everybody.
Oh yeah, that was the funny part is I was gonna add those. I was gonna add those to the list, but I actually didn't because I know because G-Con was saying earlier he turned over a new leaf and he doesn't do those anymore. So by talking about them, it's kind of building an expectation for them to happen again, which I'm trusting won't, based on what G-Con said. I'm not saying I don't want them to happen. I'm just saying.
Thrillah keeps bringing up good shit. Yeah, I forgot about the G-Con stock report and when they had when Matrix had like the round table when they were talking about what the best team of the game is, and Roundhouse was like, "My team's the best because I beat everybody."
Oh yeah, was that 2021?
That was. I was listening to that at my new job. No, G-Con, that was this year. I'm about to pull it up.
It wasn't a Roundhouse. Just like he went on someone's mic and they're like interrogating him. Was that one?
He like took over the chat, dude. It was amazing. It's Chris Matrix 808 or something, right?
Yeah, I don't remember when that. Andy, you missed the whole thing, dude. We just did a recap of everything that happened this year. We talked about you. You gotta watch the VOD, Andy. You actually missed everything. Everything. We talked about how you actually won some tournaments. Andy doesn't know how to use Discord. I asked him to join my call like 4 times. Highlight for me was Matrix caught a Roundhouse on this PSM winning ratio and how online doesn't count. Oh yeah, that was funny.
Oh yeah, the online doesn't count.
That shit was funny. Hilarious. Man. What would we all do without Roundhouse?
It's the Matrix. I don't know, man. He definitely best fucking entertainment value for sure.
Yeah. Dude, the new sound triggers he has have me rolling, dude. It's like this dinky ass beat and him like singing hella quiet. Like he sang it like he didn't want to wake somebody up. Like Unibeam. I was like cackling the first time I heard it. It's like
he's got. Oh, okay. Here we go. It's from 5 months ago. It's MvC2 discussion with top players. That's the name of the stream. I'm about to link it in the chat.
Yeah,
it's so good. Because it has like Crizzle, Potter, J360, G-Con. Just like everyone's in there. And they just. What is it?
Dude, I remember I went on the freaking Roundhouse stream. I was like, dude, why do you like, because Chris would just go on Roundhouse's stream and ask him all these tough questions, and Roundhouse would have like no answer for it. And it's like, dude, why do you keep letting this guy on your stream when you can't answer the questions he's asking you?
I love how when he doesn't have an answer, he just doubles down.
No, he goes, you better ask somebody. You better ask somebody.
Yeah. No,
All
but
right.
like when even when Matrix will like point out like a contradiction or something in Roundhouse's logic, Roundhouse is like he's not gonna say, "Oh, you know, you're right, I'm wrong." No, he's going harder.
Oh, dude, you know what I just realized that we missed? Remember when Airbrush King gave Roundhouse a trophy and he opened it on stream? That was this year, right? That was recent.
Was that this year?
That was 2021.
Yeah, that had to be this year. Yeah, he won a tournament and he opened it on the stream. That was good.
That was this year, and then like it's behind him as he plays.
Or when Airbrush King, it was like Ku Mighty. He wanted to play Ku Mighty's low tier with like high stakes, but first to 5.
Yeah. No, Thrillah, that was 2020.
You're not tripping, Thrillah. That was this year. No, G-Con stock stream was this year.
Are you serious?
I remember that stuff because I started my new state job this summer. I was listening to those streams while at work.
This is why I need all the goons. I thought that was last year.
The only thing that I sometimes forget that was last year, that's this year, is when Thrillah beat Yipes and Sanford. So I'm like, yeah, that was like this past April, but no, it was last
more
year.
than a year ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Because when I'm putting together like the nominees for the Facebook group awards, I'm like, yeah, the best performance was Thrillah and Test Your Might, but I'm like, no, wait, that was last year.
Yeah, you have to pick someone else. So Nick, give us a preview of your categories. I want to see what kind of categories you have and who might get an award this year. The nominees.
I'm bringing back like the classics, like bringing back most improved, best streamer, best stream monster, set of the year. But I mean, set of the year is kind of obvious. Nothing's gonna beat Roundhouse versus Justin.
Maybe not gameplay wise, but like the magnitude of that match, gameplay wise, it probably was not the best, but in terms of like the reach that it had and the influence it had.
Yeah, but I would like to do something. I like have no video editing skill, but something slick to have like they do like the Oscars when they have the nominees and they show a clip. I think that would be so sick just to give everyone. Yeah, and I'm not a streamer though, so I would do it with like Lockdown.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I told Nick, like, hey, instead of having it on the group, just if you want to have it on my stream or someone else's stream, just do that, because I think we'll get more people tuning in that way. Because most of the Marvel community is on Twitch. Thank you to Bad Boy for all the gifted subs, man. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, that's another one. Like who was the most like sub gifter? Because you got like KFC Yikes, you had Bad Boy, you had Bill gives out a bunch of stream gifts. So
yeah, for real. So yeah,
I don't know what kind of job KFC Yikes has, but he gives out mad gift subs.
Yeah, he does. I will give him that much. He does give a lot of subs. Oh, you know what? Biggest upset. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Add that to the list of awards.
I have to do some research on that one because there were a lot. So, like like Go for Broke getting second at the.
I think I would put that
East Coast Null tournament.
I think I would put Tree. Honestly, Tree winning a tournament is the biggest upset. That's a huge upset, dude.
Yeah, Tree over Dave was definitely an upset. But then Tree went and beat Dave again in the. What was it? The round robin Matrix had. Remember when he gave the winner $200?
Yeah.
It was like Tree, Video, Dave, and Ethan, and I think Tree got first. Ethan got second.
Yeah, Neo, I am throwing shade in a nice way. That's true. I love Tree though.
I talk shit to Tree all the time, but like right now he can definitely beat me.
Yeah, Bad Boy. We did have a good year. I know it's like there were no big events this year, but thank goodness for all the online. I know a lot of people hate online, but without online, we wouldn't have online tournaments. People can be crowned. We had how many champions this year? People won tournaments online. That still counts for something. It depends on who you ask.
This was a good year. I think that I think 2020 was a little better, only because everyone was home, so kind of
Yeah.
everyone was invested in the online drama. This year, like more people started playing offline with sessions, so like they're kind of like, yeah, they're not taking the online stuff so serious. So, for drama wise, 2020 was better.
Yeah, 2020 definitely. I remember in early 2020 when everything shut down and there was like tournaments every weekend and everyone was just playing the game.
Yeah.
Like so many people were playing that like the internet was actually slower at that time. That was
Yeah,
wild,
remember
man.
PSN was like really shitty
Yeah, PSN was garbage, even more
because
so
so
than
many
usual
people
because
were on.
everyone was on it, right?
Oh, you know what? Did you mention Fightcade getting
Yeah,
Naomi support?
that
And
was
okay.
October, I think. It's this slide right
Was
here.
that?
Yeah, it was in
No,
October.
it got in October it got the rollback netcode support, but it didn't get the. Was it always on Flycast? Was Flycast always on Fightcade?
I from what I from what I saw, freaking it got it in October sometime.
I remember October
It was
14th is
like
when.
mid October.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yo, shout out to Johnny Matrix. I love that guy. Johnny Matrix is
video moved
awesome.
to Texas. That was a big one. I think that was 2020 though, right?
That was before the pandemic, wasn't it? Because he's been in Texas for a while doing his fighting training.
All right, I'm gonna invite a special guest to talk on the Discord.
Oh shit.
We have someone else who else wants to join. I will send the invite
But
right
yeah,
now.
don't forget. Yeah, you can't forget about Texas. Tone, Tone been doing it big in the online scene for a long time.
Yeah. Let me see if I can work this.
The doo. Yeah, I will say, 2020 we didn't have as many new players enter the scene.
Andy. Oh, sorry, I gave it away.
Oh no.
Andy, turn your camera on so everyone can see your face, dude.
Oh shit, Mike Infinite is on Fightcade.
Doomsday Killa. Did I spell this right? Doomsday Killa 007 number 3272. All right. I'm just gonna hit him. I'm just gonna hit him.
Please no camera, Andy.
If you don't want to hop on the camera, Andy, that's all good. That's fine. I try to do the camera so everyone can see and we can discourage anonymous goons from rolling through. Please no camera, Andy. All right. God, is this working? Andy, I'm sending you the link right now. All right, Andy. Let's see if Andy can work it. It's a way for Andy to show up. See what else. What else happened? Let me make sure Andy knows where to go. Hold on one sec. All right. Speaking of Thrillah, so Thrillah actually made a moss stick this year. He was building moss sticks. That moss stick is still if I recall, Thrillah, if I recall, you were going to auction off a moss stick. To this day, that moss stick has not been auctioned off. Correct. Okay. Because I thought you maybe auctioned it off, but I missed it.
Video play scrub. Yeah, I seen video play scrub before. It's pretty cool.
Video did pick Sentinel.
Yeah, he's got moves.
Wait, people prefer the buttons closer, not farther? So the buttons are spaced wrong on the moss stick? Oh, I see what you mean. All right, so here's what Thrillah's talking about. If you got a moss stick like this, if it's a 6-button moss, the reason why people don't like 6-button mosses is because do you see how close the buttons would be to the stick, right?
Oh yeah, they're mad close to the stick.
That's way too close. So what ideally you want to have is you get the 8-button one, right? And then you just close off. You just cover this shit so that you're far from the stick. That's the ideal setup. All right, so that's what happened. The wrong template. So the 6-button template, I think I have a 6-button moss. Hold on one sec. All right, so when you have a 6-button moss, this is what it looks like. This shit is mad close, right? Oh hey, Roundhouse, what's up, man? We're talking about you
with the
earlier.
laser beam command.
We're talking about your contributions to giving us all a great 2021 in Marvel, dude. Cross-up stick for Marvel? Is that the shit where it has like a keyboard thing on the D-pad? Andy, are you in the Discord? I see Andy just sitting in there.
Best sound bites is it's only 2 people. It's only Roundhouse and Bill. There's only 2 people who have sound bites when they play.
Nick, you playing around because I actually had the sound bites early on.
You had them first?
I had them first for sure, dude.
Oh shit, my bad.
I
forgot, but you had stuff like butter. Actually, I don't know all of yours.
I had like butter and like the Arnold Schwarzenegger ones, and the Andy.
Yeah.
Andy, are you talking?
You hear me?
Andy sounds hella far away. Andy,
He sounds muffled.
I'm gonna turn Andy up. Andy's debut on Discord.
Yeah.
All right, Andy, how's it going, man?
Good. What's up, Locke?
How's it going, Andy? Oh gosh, dude, I gotta add this to the fucking spreadsheet. Andy gets on a Discord. Monumental. How's it going out there, Andy? What's you doing today?
Yeah, about to talk shit.
He's about to talk shit. Okay. Andy, we can't hear you, dude.
I'm driving, that's why.
Oh, you're driving?
Yeah.
Andy, get home or park the car. Oh my God. Stop. Oh my gosh. All right. Andy will come back. Oh my God. Hold on. All right. Pull it together. Shit, that was so funny. Andy was all trying to pop out with his phrases, but the shit was like mad quiet. Oh man. Oh. Well, we'll wait till Andy gets in a better spot. But there you go, Andy. Andy was on the Discord.
Yeah, I'm crying.
Me too. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Hey, if anyone else wants to call in, hit me up. If you already know the Discord, just slide in. If you want to talk about this year, for those of you who missed it, who just showed up, like who should have showed up, Roundhound just showed up. I'll do a speed run. I'll do speed run of what happened. All right, this is the only other time I'll do it. All right. I mean, that match has been a long time in the making, Roundhouse. A long time in the making. The promo, I don't even know where you'd find that promo, Bill. It's on Twitter or something. I'm not gonna go digging through Twitter live on stream.
We also kind of had Return of Sanford for a day.
Oh yeah, Sanford came. I didn't even add that in because I forgot about that. Sanford came back for like a weekend and he was doing pretty good.
He was
forgot
tearing
who
up New York City, and then he left again.
Yeah, and then he never I think he was only 1 week or 1 day, right?
Yeah, it was like Josh Wigfall just streamed randomly one day. It's like morning session with Sanford.
Right,
Just
Sanford.
like it was no big deal. And then they ended up playing for like 11 hours.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that one. See, I have to add that. Well, I won't add it in now, but there's that. I know I missed stuff, but it's not meant to be concise. It's more. I mean, it's not meant to be exhaustive. It's more like a recap for those of you who are new to the game or
Right.
you just like weren't around very much.
I'm trying to see if there's a way to sort posts in the Facebook group because I feel like June and July stuff happened, but I can't remember.
June and July, man. No one knows.
I feel like
Andy
dead
versus
zones
Mike
in my
Infinite
memory.
next year. Okay, so Roundhouse versus Sue, 2022. Andy versus Mike. I heard on Gcon stream there's like Neo versus Andy or something you guys were talking about.
Oh, yeah. Neo said in a stream that the only way he was going to make money off of betting on Andy if he just beat Andy himself because Andy lost to Thrillah.
Right.
So then we turned that into Neo versus Andy on Gcon stream. But damn, there's I don't know if there's a way to sort.
Yeah.
I don't think Facebook allows you to like sort
Yeah.
posts by month.
By date? I mean, if you do date, but then you have to filter through all the garbage posts about people complaining about top tier.
Yeah.
July? Yeah, see, no one knows, man. Yeah, Neo, I was gonna say, if you just bet on Andy. Okay, we have another guest coming in.
I feel like over the summer streaming was popping though. Because you
Yeah,
had like
no.
G-Con,
It was popping. It was popping.
no
but
events.
I don't remember.
Mm.
All right, we got someone else on the mic. Mic check. Andy's still sitting in here. Andy, say something. People want to hear your voice, Andy. Fuck, Andy just sitting there. We need PR Eddie to go over the numbers. No one remembers all this shit.
Yeah.
PR Eddie was
PR
the
Eddie
stat
is
guy.
the best. Yo.
What else happened, Nick?
Actually, I think I found a way to search. I search topics, but that's free MvC. That's not going to be till August.
Yeah. However many people in the chat, no one knows what happened in June or July. Guess nothing happened.
Nothing happened until Maximilian said something.
Yeah, no. So here's how it went. We had like a lull over the summer, and then we had Roundhouse versus Justin, and shit blew up. And then there was a lull after Roundhouse versus Justin. Cause it's the holidays and shit, you know what I mean? Like, it's not anyone's fault. I'm just saying, like.
Yeah. Well, after that loss, Roundhouse also lost a couple sets to Andy on his stream.
Andy Noob.
Who's talking? Is that Andy? Is there a ghost on the mic? All right. Oh yeah. Yeah, who is that? I see me, Nick.
Oh, it's Thrillah.
It's Thriller. Oh my gosh. Who else could it have been?
Oh yeah, the 2v2. Did you mention the 2v2?
I totally forgot about the 2v2. Oh yeah, Duck Round.
Cool.
Man, this is why I need you guys. That happened. Roundhouse Duck Thriller. That was like the day before Roundhouse played against Justin.
Roundhouse Duck Thrillah.
That was that. Forgot that one. It's a long ass year.
Duck, man, what a incredible gift to just have that guy still playing and still be so good.
You know what's fucked up though on the YouTube thing? People were saying like, I want to see Duck play Spyro. How come he's not playing Spyro? Like people are complaining about watching Duck play, which is just freaking crazy to me. You know, like
if Duck would play Spyro, it would be so boring because everyone would just get knives in them.
Yeah, I mean, he was trying to help Roundhouse practice, and Duck actually plays other teams aside from Spyro. But I just felt that mentality was just crazy that people were not appreciative of Duck just playing. Period.
Yeah, those are the kind of people who then say stuff like, "Oh, you were fooling around in grand finals because you didn't pick the team that you're known for."
Yeah, it's true. Thrillah in here, but he's quiet. Andy's in here, but he's quiet. Thrillah, are you there?
Chaos versus Brett on Xbox.
Oh, there he is. Dang, he didn't even announce his entrance. Just started talking. All right, what's up, Thrillah? Dang, he went quiet again.
Yeah, if he's talking, I can't hear him.
Yeah,
what's up, fellas? What's up?
There he is.
Thrillah. There's Thrillah.
Sorry, I'm quiet because I get my ass whooped by a Goblin Cyborg right now.
Oh, so he's playing. Okay, he's playing right now. Andy's still sitting in here, not saying anything. Has there ever been a Gamer Hall of Fame event yet? A Gamer Hall of Fame? What you mean?
Yeah, that's. You mean like the tournament champions thing? That was like probably the closest thing.
That was the closest we were gonna get, and then we didn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, only Justin got an esports achievement award. Sorry.
Yipes said we're not getting bots 4 until COVID's calmed down.
Yeah, we might have to wait a year or so for that.
Yeah.
You know.
That's too. Like bots 3 was so good. Bots 2 and bots 3 were both so good.
Yeah. Bots 2, dang, Bots 3 was like 2 years ago now. That's wild to me.
Yeah, dude, 2019. That's the event that got me playing this game again.
How crazy is that the Bots 3 was 2 years ago?
That's wild. And you think just last year at this time, all this streaming on Marvel on Twitch wasn't really a thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't until people were streaming, but it didn't blow up really until after the pandemic.
No, we always had Marvel streamers. We had Marvel streamers like General Thrillah was one of the first we ever watched on Twitch.
Yo,
like
Roundhouse.
But Roundhouse at this time 2 years ago, Roundhouse was doing Facebook phone streams.
Yo, Roundhouse was doing Facebook streams, and he was gonna stick to the Facebook streams. I remember it took some convincing to get Roundhouse off of that Facebook shit.
Yo, Roundhouse.
He was getting good views. He was getting 60 views just in the Facebook group.
He was. No, he was. I'm not saying he wasn't getting good views.
No, that was crazy. That was
hey, look.
Oh, and hey, Andy's talking. What's up, Andy?
Hey, Roundhouse, you want to play first to 10 plus 3? Bitch. Fucking bitch.
Freaking we stopped the stream to listen to Andy, and Andy just asked Roundhouse to play. All right, if you guys want to play, if Roundhouse agrees, I'll raid over to you, Roundhouse. Or if Roundhouse wants to talk some shit, you can slide into my Discord too if you want, Roundhouse.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks for hopping on the call, dude. We'll reconnect for that.
Yeah,
awards
no problem.
Thing. Shout out to Andy
I'll
too.
message you.
Yeah. We gotta work. That's on you, dude. It's your award show. I'm not trying to take over anything.
No, I'm glad you messaged me with the idea because I was just gonna type a long ass post again.
No, don't be typing the post. All right, guys. If we did an award show, would you guys watch it? Would you guys want to watch this on Twitch or see it typed out in Facebook?
It'd be cool to maybe if someone people could present different awards. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. We can have a freaking host and everything like that, and
get one person Bill presents one award, whoever wants to do it, whoever will be down.
Could do it all through Discord, man. All right, I'm gonna raid you guys over to Roundhouse. Roundhouse already live. Thank you to everyone for tuning in for this 2020 recap.
Yeah, I'm gonna go be a stream monster.
Cool. Everyone go over to Roundhouse's channel. I'm gonna raid over to him. shout out to everyone in this community. We've all known each other a really long time. Awards show got to be done correct. Top names and legit awards. Yeah, video. NickGuy got. If anything, you can trust NickGuy. All right, here we go. Thanks again to everyone who tuned in. I'm sitting over to Roundhouse now, playing your usual Thursday night entertainment, Roundhouse versus Andy. Shout outs again to NickGuy, and catch you on the next one.